Me, I Miss Locked. If you don't know her, she not playing. This is this is Cedes. If I'm looking this way, it's because that's where my zoom is. So, what's up, Deshaun? What's up, Trey? What's up, Ballin? You're. So we're making this into a video for my channel, but we're streaming on Sadie's channel. So obviously follow her for sure. Ballin, I see you like my Twitter thing. Thank you. So today we were just having a conversation last night, and we were just like, bro, like dead ass. Life is hitting. The older we get, it's like you have good days, but you have more bad days than good days. You feel me? And I was just kind of trying to dissect, like, when did this happen? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it was just a lot. Like, it's a lot. Sadie, do you want to go ahead and say something?
Yeah. So basically, we ended up realizing that we kind of got like sucked into adulting and didn't even realize it. It just hit us with the right left combo, and so now we're basically having that conversation, like, one, how is adulting going for us? I will say, like, for me, it's definitely a lot of freedoms, and I'm happy I'm able to kind of control my life and stuff like that, and not having to be like following this rule, this rule, like, all, just having all these limitations on you based on, like, on your parents or your family or whatever. But a lot of that freedom is hit with a lot of responsibility that no one really prepared me for. And realizing, like, dang, like, I really gotta get my life together. And it's that for us, I mean, at least for me, like, I didn't realize, like, yo, you really start adulting as soon as you graduate high school. But you're in this weird transition of still feeling a kid and acting like a kid when people are really starting to see you as a child. I'm not like seeing as you see as an adult now. So that means, like, you're paying your own bills now. You gotta pay for college now. And college is a ton of freaking money. And you're like, yo, where am I gonna get all this money from? Like, what the heck? And it's like a lot of highs and lows. Like, you gotta start kind of just being, like, handling stuff you never even thought about. Like,
yeah.
Like, when I first got into college, I was like, yo, like, what? I gotta buy my own toilet paper? Like,
oh, and let's not get on the people stealing your toilet paper in the dorm rooms.
So we went to college together, right? So we're 18 or 7. Yeah, we're 18.
18.
We gotta get our own toiletries and all that stuff. And we had, well, how old was she?
She's like 20 something, like 24, 23, like too old to be in our dorm. Too old.
And she was like stealing our stuff or whatever, and we're all because we ain't got jobs, and then like that, and it's like, wait, what? So how do you deal with this type of stuff on your own? Like, you're so used to your parents doing so much stuff behind your back that you don't even realize, like, dang, like,
yeah,
these people are really providing for me, like,
bro, for real.
Yes, like being able to wipe my butt and wash my hands, like, with some soap.
You don't even think about how much that shit really costs, And then to go, like, deeper into it, like, you really don't even low key think about what it's like to have to make a doctor's appointment and have to, like, schedule it out to make sure it goes with your work schedule and stuff like that. Make sure you have the time off, maybe. Insurance, dude. Like, you don't think about any of that shit,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the insurance thing is just hitting me now. Especially since I just had a kid, too. It's like, okay, what about him? He needs insurance, too. So, it's a lot. So this is going to be like a whole series for us, and we're going to break it down, not just in this live/video. We're going to break it down like 18, 19, 20, pretty much going through like our whole college experience, and pretty much like because a lot of crazy shit happened to all of us. I mean, both of us, and we were living, it wasn't until like 21 where we kind of like ventured off, and there was like that fork in the road, and Mercedes went her own way and I went my own way, and it was like different paths. Like, she stayed in college and I started just traveling and doing other stuff. So it was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna get deep. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, and we're gonna try to give y'all like tips on how to make it easier for you, because it's a lot. And I know for me, I started finding like being like in a dark place, not really like all the way depressed, and not like where, not super like, okay, she needs help, but it was sadness a lot. And I started getting that way towards like the end of 21, 22, even 23. Those are like my darkest years. And then when life really hit me was like 24, when I figured out I was pregnant. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff in this series. Feel free for y'all to ask questions or do whatever you want. And you can leave questions on the video, because this isn't the only time that we're going to be talking about other stuff. Hey, what's up, Jarrell? But I seen Jarrell in here. What's up, big head? But yeah, we're going to get into just a lot of deep stuff. So I guess, but this is just like an initial like overview intro, because we do want y'all to ask some questions so we can answer during the time. So when we come back next time, we'll actually dive deep until 18, 19, 20, because I think those all really like merge together and kind of like shape us to be the beginning of adulthood, and actually like learning like how to adult. What are the fucking people that were supposed to take care of us kind of left us out to dry and figure it out on our own, low key. And that's kind of just like giving y'all tips on like how to avoid that, especially if you're in that time where you're just now going to college, or just now really like getting an apartment for yourself, or things like that. Or it's really going to be about leaving high school, going to college, and finding yourself, and kind of like navigating that. That's going to be the first video / live. But today, he said, hey people.
He said adulting could go to hell.
It fucking can, dude. Adulting is ass, you know what I mean? And then we do want to see if some of y'all want to come on the show and like ask us questions. You can definitely do that. We'll have a Discord link, and I'll set all that up. Cedes, don't even worry. And y'all can join the Discord link and pretty much ask us questions on air, live, whatever. I'm making videos for my channel. Cedes is streaming it, so that's how you get the content. I might stream it on Twitch too next time. But this one is just an overview to let y'all know what we're doing, and pretty much just ask each other some questions. So we're going to kind of be bouncing all over the place. So Cedes, you can go ahead and start, since I've been talking for too long.
Well, I mean, I kind of touched a little bit on how adulting is going for me. Did you want to talk about how it's going for you, or did you want to talk about like when it really hit, like hit?
I can say how it's going for me now. Okay. Or no, we should probably talk about when it hit, and then when it when it started to get better, so that they don't think it's just all hell. No, Jarrell's right. Adulting can go to hell. But hey, what's up, Cheeto?
For me, adulting, I want to say it's really like all bad. Like it's definitely has its highs and has its lows. And I feel like the lowest for me is just feeling unprepared. That's really, like, I feel like if I knew about some things I didn't know about, if I was prepared from some of this stuff, then I would be able to handle it a lot better. So that's really it with me, because it really got into finances and realizing that the world is really it revolves around money. If you don't got it, there's a lot of opportunities you don't have. So it's like, all right, so then trying to find a job. So for me, it really hit, I want to say, my second semester of college. I thought I was getting scholarships that I didn't get. So that means since that wasn't a scholarship, that's another loan. And these ain't small loans, baby. These $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 loans. And let's go to the next point. Finding a job is very hard if you don't really have job experience. So how am I going to get a loan?
Oh my God. Say it again for the people in the back. Like,
it got very stressful, and it was like feeling like, yo, no one prepared me for this. No one told me about this. And and then trying to go to family, go to parents or whatever, and they weren't really in college like that, and they didn't really know about fast food like that. So I really got to figure out myself. So I really had to boss up and have these calls and go off on people in the office talking about where my scholarship money at. You know what I'm saying? So I really had to take myself out of child's place and be an adult because one thing you heard all through your life is be in a child's place, but no one really told you when you're supposed to be out of a child's place, and
Facts.
how to be out of a child's place, how to
Yeah.
talk, how to represent yourself, how to do. Because one thing I really quickly start realizing when it came to FAFSA, when it came to going to doctors, going to whatever, people, even going to restaurants, people see that you're young and they take advantage of you.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Rack service, they take your money, and they waste your time and don't care about how they treated you. But you paid for a certain type of treatment, but they don't give it to you because you're young and you don't know what you deserve. And no one taught you how people are supposed to treat you in a professional setting.
Or how to
You know,
stand up for yourself sometimes, you know?
yeah, like they tell you with friends in high school, but no one really tells you about how to set up your doctors and how to, like, one thing that really just traumatized me like last year is, I finally first time set up my dentist, first time got all that stuff done, and I'm just going for a cleanup. And I was madly depressed when I was pregnant or whatever, so I wasn't really taking care of my hygiene like I should have. And my dentist really prayed on a lot of my insecurities, a lot of my fears, and they kind of pushed me and forced me to do something or peer pressure me into getting getting a surgery, not surgery, but like what's it called? Fillings that I didn't need, you know. And the truth is, like, my teeth were fine. I didn't feel no pain. Well, now I got 8 teeth in my mouth, and out of the eight, three
You
of
only,
them,
you only got
like,
8?
like, like I got get fillings, and
Mm-hmm.
out of the eight, three of them are giving me problems. Two of them, the filling fell out almost immediately, and
Mm.
then now I got pain and sensitivity that I didn't even like. Now I'm just like, yo, this is my teeth. I can't, I can't do nothing with this. Like, you only get one shot. Your teeth fall out when you're a kid.
Yep.
New and but no one teaches you that. No one teaches you, hey, when you go to a dentist and nothing's wrong with your stuff, tell them to stop trying to upsell you and cut the bullshit and just clean my teeth, and that's it.
Facts of life. It's like that. It's hard to stand up for yourself. For me, I feel that mainly when I'm like getting my car fixed and they're like, you need this and that and that. Or if, like, yeah, I go to the doctor's appointment, especially when you're pregnant, they make you. Mercedes actually had a different experience to me. When I said I didn't want this, they were like, okay, cool, you know? But for her, it was like, no, you need this. Or, you're going to be a bad mom if you don't do this or that. So it is kind of crazy. Jarrell did say, let's see, his parents are the study guide to life. And I definitely, like, yes, this is why it's so important for parents to kind of like train you on this, that, and the third. I was raised by my grandma, and she kind of was like, if we were lucky if we had the electricity on and milk in the fridge. Like, it was like that. Like, so she didn't really have, and then she was sick too. So, she didn't really have, she didn't really give me the things that I needed in life, the essentials that send me off into adulthood, and that wasn't her fault, But I definitely feel like if you have like, and a lot of people, they don't have a mom and a dad in the home. They either have one or the other, and sometimes the other one's always working. And if you do have both parents and you're lucky enough, I hope that they do train you and give you the tools that you need. Because it is true, like, you need to learn about fucking taxes. You need to learn about that shit. You need to learn that when you have your own car insurance and it's registered in your name, guess what? You need to get a new tag before it's your birthday. I had no idea. Almost got pulled over for that shit. But you know what I mean? It's like, it's all this stuff that you just don't know about. Yo, what's up, Micah? You're It's all this stuff that you just don't know about, and that it's kind of like, if they don't teach you, you will never know. And it's not like you're sitting here looking at this stuff like you're just worried about, hey, I got accepted to this college, we're going here, I'm about to go party there, I'm about to go work, find a job here. You don't really think about it. When you get a car, you don't think, hey, it's not just buying a car, it's also registering that car, getting emissions tests, doing all this. Adulting is not it. Is not it.
Talk on something that Cheeto said, and I think Cheeto's Maddie. Cheeto, are you Maddie? If you are, say what's up, what's up. But Cheeto said that basically, I feel like they don't take kids seriously, and I feel like that is 100% it. It could just be a disconnect. It could be resentment. I feel like some parents
Mm.
kids,
Damn,
um,
that's deep.
to the point where it's like, because I know with me, I'm like, yo, I want to go back to being a kid, being carefree.
Dude, what?
Some parents resent their kids like, dang, they don't got to worry about nothing, and some of us aren't really that grateful to our parents, and that doesn't really help either. You know what I'm saying? So, it could just be maybe they have a lot on their plate because we're starting to feel all of the responsibility, but they're living it, right? So, I know with me, not going too deep into it, but I know like growing up, a lot of you know the hardest moments that was for me. Now that I'm older, I now know that my mom was depressed during that time.
Mm.
So it's like, yeah, there's probably also a lot on their plate as well, but it's also that trying to figure out like, dang, like how do I deal with this person who is my parent and still trying to learn how I'm supposed to grow up and be an adult, and that how do I be in my place as a child or step up as an adult? Like it's just a weird
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
weird a weird spot. It's like,
Yo,
so I definitely feel like they don't take kids seriously for
they don't.
whatever. But the truth is, like, not taking your kids seriously could really mess them up as an adult. And
Yeah,
then when they're not the adult that you thought they should be, it's like, but why?
yeah.
Why?
There's always a reason. Yeah.
What have you showed me? When I
Mhm.
I did have, something I really liked. How did you treat it? Were you nonchalant? Were you supportive? Or did you push me to the dirt until I hated it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it? So I feel like, in the end of the day, like, one thing I have to realize, regardless if you're the parent or the child or whatever, we're all human. So no
Mhm.
one's, I feel like us as kids growing up, we expect our parents to be perfect. And I feel like our parents expect the kids to be perfect. They're not perfect, and
Damn. Yeah.
so it's like a weird space of like, yo, what is adulting? What do I do with my life? And the truth is, going back to Jarrell says that our parents are a study guide. They are. But the thing about a study guide, I'm not sure if you ever got a study guide and you get the test, you're like, what the fuck is this? I was going to ace it. And now
Yeah.
I'm looking at, like, did you give me the wrong test? Because these don't match up. Well, the thing about looking at your parents is sometimes you got to look at them to see what not to do, you know? So
Damn.
not only just looking at them at what you need to do, but sometimes you need to look at them like what you shouldn't do. Like, and sometimes, we're not prepared because they still don't have it figured out because, if we're really honest, no one knows what they're doing.
No facts.
I'm doing
Facts.
or don't know what they're doing. Our parents don't know what they're doing because we only been on this life once. Everyone's been here once and we're all figuring it out. So
Yeah. Like
everyone's
even as a new mom for you and for me, I know like I'm sitting here like I didn't know how to change a diaper before he came. I never changed a diaper before, so it's like it's crazy because you're just learning all these new things, and then sometimes like if you're a good parent, you feel guilty sometimes because you're just like, dude, like am I raising you right? And you're only a couple months old, but am I doing right by you? You know what I mean? So there's definitely there's a book called like Raising Good Humans, but it's just so much going on, and you can't beat yourself up. But I do feel like a bunch of parents are, yeah, definitely learning along the way too. So what you touched on about saying, it's about, seeing their mistakes, kind of like if you have like an older sibling, seeing their mistakes and not repeating that. And I see that Jarrell said, losing a parent makes you realize, like, damn, this is what they were preparing me for, and that's fucking deep. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. I can't even imagine. Actually, I can, because my grandma passed and she was like she raised me, so and it's kind of like, for me, from her, I kind of got some thoughts of like what to do and what not to do, and yeah, it's just kind of it's different. It's different. Hold on.
Oh, okay. All right. So wait. Oh, you're muted or?
Oh yeah. Ty came home.
Okay.
I was telling him I was doing a podcast. Hey, what's up, Dooney? Welcome.
That's Caleb.
Oh, is it? What's up, Caleb?
Yeah.
You're. So Soul Searching said they think we're gonna dine and dash. They could be right, goddamn, because I know I definitely dined and dashed a couple of times. I mean, I'm grown. If you come for me, I'll pay for it now. But yeah, dude, like, went to a Chinese buffet with your friends. Oh, I shouldn't have said Chinese. Oh, sorry. Went to a buffet with your friends because I don't want them to come hit me up. You know what I mean? It was fun back then. When you're that age, like, you're just doing fun stuff just because, you know, and you think it's fun, but really you don't really fully understand the repercussions of what you're doing. So I definitely can understand, like, that whole situation and stuff. But Jarrell said, when you're scared to tell the waiter to take the food back, yo, this right there, dude.
I'm pretty big on not wasting money, like, very big. So if I don't like something, I'll say it because regardless, something's being drained from my bank account.
And Jarrell said I should have dined and dashed on those rotisserie wings. Oh my god. If y'all don't know, there is a old video that's still on my channel. These people were, I don't even remember the story. It's on my channel, but I showed the roach wings in the video. I mean, I just really can't believe they did that to me. I've never been back there. BB Wings is what it's called. I ain't never been back there. And oh my god, you just turned 10, stop playing. Oh my god, I'm asleep. I wish I could go back to those days where I'm just like driving in the car, someone's driving, and I'm just looking out the window, just like, you know what I mean? Just looking at everything, taking it all in. Like, that moment of just peaceful bliss where you're thinking about nothing and you're just looking and observing. Like, you don't have that as an adult. You're thinking about, damn, bro, the baby's about to run out of formula. You need to go ahead and buy that. Where that money coming from? Make sure you go ahead and work. Let me prepare for work for the next day. Let me go ahead and, oh, damn, this bell due, that bell due. Damn, I got to set up this appointment, that appointment, but I don't even got no PTO. Nigga, it's too much. It's too much. LOL, y'all on here complaining about being adults. That's sad. Listen, it's not about pros and cons. It's mainly cons. But we're out here trying to prepare people, you know what I mean, like our viewers, that kind of like I'm gonna make this into a video, so it's Cedes, and we're just gonna prepare it and, you know, hopefully help somebody out there that doesn't know some of these things that we weren't taught. So, and yes, I'm gonna complain about being an adult because this shit ass, okay? It's ass. It's dumb. The fact that we can literally sit here and live off the land, but they make us pay for fucking water, and they make us pay for this and that and a roof over your head.
That's probably what we're paying for, you know, because
they barely filter that water, girl. They barely filter that water.
Like, which waters you talking about? Water bottles? Like,
bruh, you gotta pay for the tap water out your sink. You gotta pay for this and that and the third. You gotta pay for oranges that are grown out the land. Like, it's just a lot. It's just a lot.
That's because someone picks the oranges.
Nigga, like, at this point in time, no. I do want to, listen, I would not, if they came up with a whole civilization where you could just go and live in the land and farm and do what you want to do and just live off the land, I would do it. But if it going into some deeper stuff, those people who live like off the grid, like the government comes for them. Like, they don't want that shit. They don't want you off the grid. They want you plugged into the system. But you know what I mean? We can go ahead and go into conspiracies on a different episode. But OJ $10. For OJ $10, meat is $12. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on. So, yeah, you don't want to get me started on conspiracy theories, and not even theories, conspiracy facts, okay? But so okay, Cedes, I do have a question for you. When did you realize, like, when was that moment, that little that aha, that switch of a light click moment where you were just like, yo, being an adult is ass, and I feel like it's gonna get worse? Like where was that shifting point where it was like, damn, I'm no longer a child anymore, like life is fucking real?
I would say for me, I wouldn't say like I had a thought like, oh, it's gonna get worse because honestly, I'm be straight up, right? And I'm gonna go back on the comment that says, LOL, y'all on here complaining about being adults. That's sad, right? One thing I realized is for me, it was when I got pregnant. That's where it hit the
Mm.
hardest. I got pregnant and I had $16 in my bank account. I
Damn.
had
Yeah. Yeah.
I had nothing in my savings. It was all gone. I had no. I quit my job not that long ago, and yeah, I was trying to. It took me 6 months to finally get a job, and it just really hit. Like,
Mhm.
yo, I'm still calling up my mom to fix my problems, and I'm about to be a whole mom. Like, there's gonna be. I'm about to raise a whole child. It's gonna call upon me to fix these problems, and I can't even fix my own. Right. So it really just hit me, and it hit me so hard to where like I kind of got a little depressed about it. I was in a funk, but and of course, being pregnant, you're sick, you're throwing up and all that stuff, right? So speed past when my body starts feeling better or whatever, I start to realize like honestly, there's a lot of bad, but there's a lot of good. And one thing I do realize is that I could control what happens next. And now that I am older, I have the power. Whereas before, like, you have adults holding your power. Like, oh no, you can't do that. You can't do that. And it's like there's no one holding my power no more but me. So it's
Mhm.
like it really just was a wake up call. Like, having Naomi woke me up and was like, yes, things suck. Yes, things are trash, but what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You ain't got no money? Get money. Get money. So I got a
Mm.
job. The job I end up, going harder and harder. And then I started being fearful of like, how am I gonna work and have Naomi? So then I started being more focused on at home jobs, you know what I'm saying? And preferably ones that I could get some type of time off when I give birth. So I could still have some type of security and be off for 2 months and with my child and decide whether or not I want to go back to this job or not. And so it was just me not being so consumed in everything that's going bad because life happens. Something's always going to happen and there's always something more, right? But one thing I hold on to, something I had to hold on that I learned at a very early age is that I've been through worse, and I found happiness. I found really great friends. I got I learned great things. So anytime I'm going through something, I think back at a time that I went through worse, and it's like, well, even though this sucks and this is trash, I've been through worse,
Yeah.
so I could go through this, and I deserve better, but it's not always going to be handed to you.
No
Sometimes I
facts.
realize that,
And
if I
BRB,
just
1 second. Adulthood is calling.
adult,
Babyhood. One
all right,
second.
one thing I realized is that like if I could just keep being positive, like it's hard. It's hard being positive. Trust me, I know. But if I could just find something, one thing positive to hold on to, just hold on to that, and then try to find the next, and try to find the next, and do little things that make me happy. For me, I love making videos and being silly and just laughing, finding something to laugh about. And if I could just do that and just treat people how I want to be treated, eventually people are going to treat me how I want to be treated. And I end up finding little blessings that end up making my life a lot better. It's like, yo, what? Like, what? You just surprised me with this? What? What? So, like, yes, adulting sucks and life sucks sometimes, but it's good too. And there's good things too. And, just try and focus on those good moments and those good things. And sometimes, everything around you is falling to crap. One thing you can always control is you and how you respond to it. And how you respond to it could make the difference on whether or not things get better or not. Like, one thing I used to realize is, crying. Like, a lot of people tell you, like, crying, that makes you less than or whatever, whatever. But crying is very relieving, honestly. You get a good cry out, guy or girl, doesn't matter, because, and that's one thing I want to talk about genders real quick. It doesn't matter what your gender is. And in a day, one thing we have in common is we're human. We're all humans, and humans are able to have emotions. That's part of being human. So at the end of the day, get a cry out, let yourself feel all that emotion, and then let the cry just wash it away.
Yeah, Jarrell is saying crying feels so good. Caleb says, LOL, I cry sometimes too. Caleb's also wildin', talking about some adulthood is freedom. I don't think adulthood is freedom at all. Because to answer, it's not. And to answer the question kind of that I asked Mercedes, I started, and this is the also tell you, Caleb, adulthood is not freedom. It feels euphoric. So crying, yeah, it can release so much stress. But for me, when I first decided to get my own apartment, right, I just said, you know what? I have a job. I feel like I can afford it. I have a pay stub that says that maybe I can get this or that apartment. Cool. I'm set. Went out there, tried to find an apartment, had no credit, no housing credit, no anything credit, and know what they told me? First place denied me. They're like, you need a cosigner. You don't have enough credit. The second place was like, oh, you can rent here, but I'm going to need first rent. And I might need first and last. It depends. And I was like, bitch, what? And those are things that you just don't really think about at all. When you're going out there, that no one says to prepare for that. Luckily I had my stepmom and my dad, and I was able to ask them, and they were able to help me. And then that's when it really took like a downhill. That's when I was kind of just working to live. And that's when I realized, okay, the job that I have right now, $15 an hour after taxes, even working overtime, is barely paying for my apartment and me living. And that's when I realized, okay, I see why parents said turn them lights off, because fucking electricity bill is a lot. I see why sometimes we would just not have the heat on, because bruh, it's a lot. And you start to connect with things that your parents did as a child when you were just like, why they being so, like why they being like that, da 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 da. It don't matter if the lights on. Why can't we have the heat on? Like, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like, it clicks like, oh, okay, because it's expensive and it keeps adding up and adding up and adding up. But to what Caleb said of adulthood is freedom, I don't think of adulting as freedom. I think of it as, I think of adulting as kind of like you're kind of on your own, and you have to think about where you want to be in life, and honestly backtrack it and make a play to see how are you going to get there. And I feel like financial freedom, that's freedom. Being financially stable, being able to handle your needs and your wants, that's freedom as an adult. But I don't really feel like adulting equals freedom, because like as of right now, if I don't go to this job that I don't want to go to, guess what? Luca's not gonna have his insurance. I'm not gonna have my insurance. We're not gonna have a roof over our head. You know what I mean? And it makes you kind of feel, for me, like it's almost like an imprisonment. Like you have to do this, because if you don't, you're not gonna have the things that you need. And that is where shit can kind of get dark. You know what I mean? Especially when you don't want to do what you're doing. And that's like a whole nother chapter that Mercedes and I are definitely going to get into later on in this series. But that's how I feel about that. He says, LOL, all the stuff you named is only small obstacles, small thing to a giant. Increase your skills so you can negotiate and raise and have money to pay bills and save and invest. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Like, for me, though, see, you got to realize, like, not everyone has the type of mindset that you have, that Marquel has, that Cedes has, even that I have. Some people, they kind of just are going about their life wanting to do their 9 to 5, and that's how, they're they're like, that's how their life is going. They don't want to be a YouTuber. They don't want to be a streamer. They may not even want to have their own business. There are people out there like that, and I've met them. And in my head, I'm like, how do you not want to have your own business? Like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't, it doesn't make sense to me. But some people don't have ambitions like that. And for those people, that's what I'm saying is like, for me, I know, okay, I'm gonna go to this 9 to 5, and when I'm done with my 9 to 5, I'm just gonna have to sit here and figure out a way to muster up the energy to take care of my kid and also edit this video or try to stream or try to do something like that. And I'm just now this week starting to starting to actually do and be about that. But there's some people who like they don't want this life, that influencer life or that make your own business life, and they probably kind of feel stuck. And I only know that because I've talked to some people like that, and for that, it's kind of like, yeah, at that point in time, you do have to like switch up your skills in order to get a different high paying job to do this and that. But it's just that whole feeling of being stuck. I feel like everyone has felt that sometime in their life and is gonna feel that sometime in their life, So
No,
yeah.
honestly, I guess I could kind of like see where both of y'all are at with adulting freedom, adulting, could be imprisonment and stuff like that. I feel like it is freedom, but we don't know what to do with it. And that's what makes us feel stuck
Mm-hmm.
and because, we're doing what we think we should be doing, but what if what we think we should be doing is what's really causing us to be stuck, and we're not even realizing all the capabilities that we could be doing? Or like, because I think so there's two videos that I watched. It was one with Jim Carrey, and it was another one with Gary Vee. So Jim Carrey was talking about his dad. um you know so he was like, his if y'all know Jim Carrey, he's a comedian, actor, all that. He's funny. I personally, I like Jim Carrey. I like his movies, and I liked him in Living Color. But yeah, so he was like, my dad could have been the best, the greatest comedian that ever lived, right? But he got, he ended up having kids, and then he ended up getting a safe 9 to 5 job. But then he was like, he got fired from that safe 9 to 5 job. And he ended up saying that, see, what he took away from the situation was, um, you could get fired from that safe job that is, I guess, providing the money that you need to make the world go round or whatever, and provide or whatever. But the thing is, you could get fired from that job too. And he was like, so what he took from the lesson was, if it's a risk either way, I'm gonna take the risk in myself and do what I want to do with my life and go that route and make money from there. Because if I could lose either way, I'm gonna lose doing what I want to do. And I feel like that's what we're lacking. A lot of us aren't prepared to take on this freedom. And a lot of us, when we are taking the freedom, we're not taking it in a way that's going to sustain us, because yes, you still need money, but a lot of us aren't taught to learn how to make money from the things you want to do with your life.
Sure.
But then again, we're also not taught how to find out what you want to do with your life, because we are in a school system that kind of doesn't really teach you how to use your brain to do things you love. Instead, it teaches you how to follow instructions.
Mm-hmm.
And when you follow instructions, you're not, you know, you're not learning how to think how your brain wants to think. Instead, you're learning how to follow instructions to someone else's brain teaching you how to think.
Yeah.
And so, like, I would say adulting, being an adult is freedom,
Mm-hmm.
but we just don't know what to do with it, and we aren't taught. A lot of us aren't really taught how to really, how to really, how to
Yeah.
hear it.
It's like that Spider-Man quote, with great power comes great responsibility. Low key is what I was thinking. And I see that Jarrell said we can honestly just hold Jeff Bezos for ransom. Bro, Jeff Bezos can give us all like a $100 Bro, he can give us all like 100 bands, and he'll still be rich, like for real. Him and Bill Gates, low key. And I also see Caleb said, so adulthood sucks for you. Adulthood in general is not imprisonment. It is freedom to choose your own destiny. So gain skills and a mindset. That's what makes you feel stuck. Okay, I definitely understand what you're saying, and you are correct. Yes. And I'm not gonna just say like adulting just sucks for me. Adulting sucks for a lot of people. You know what I mean? If you actually talk to a lot of people, you realize that they didn't realize things. But it's also a mindset game, and this is 100% true. It is a mindset game. There's many times where I've been motivated and ready to go, but then there's also times where I've just been stuck in the ground and just like feeling like just doubting everything, not even knowing if this is what I even want to do anymore, if this is even my passion. And at the end of the day, though, it's like I haven't had the foundation to figure out how to get out of that funk, that mini depression. I don't know how to get out of that. And I haven't had, especially within the black community, we don't really talk about mental health. We don't really talk about where are you in this way or that way, and how are you feeling, and how to really get out of that. So although, yes, I definitely understand what you're saying. For some people, especially for me, I would get in these mindset funks, and I just didn't know how to get out, And so it's not just me who's like that. It's definitely a lot of other people too. He says a lot of passive money in owning ATMs, winning machines, air pumps, vacuum. Yes, you're right. Yo, what's up, James? No, you're definitely right. There's ways to like definitely make other money. Chase, call me after you get off this so we could talk. Yo, all right, talk your shit. What's good, James? What's good, James? So, unfortunately, we are out of time for today about talking about what we need to talk about.
45 minutes.
Yeah, we want 45 minutes. We will be making this into like a mini video, so definitely stay tuned if you missed some of the beginning, and we're definitely you'll see that on my channel and on Cedes' channel. But we will be coming back. Yeah,
doing a series and kind of breaking it down like this. Honestly, this was more.
This was like a ranting ramble.
Yeah, like a ramble, really, just kind of like picking each other's brains and stuff like that. Like, how's it adulting? How's it going? Blase. But in this series, we're definitely gonna like talk more about like not each year, but like a age frame, like maybe 18 to 20 or whatever. Like how it hit, and not only just talking about like how it hit us in a negative way, but how we lived through it, like how we learned. Like, really, if I could go back and teach myself some things, that's kind of things we'll talk about. Like,
yeah,
here's some advice that you wish you had. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably what we're gonna be talking about, in this series. So different age, like what hit us and why, and when did we like really realize that you're an adult now, or
yeah,
you weren't really prepared for it, but how did you get through it?
Yeah.
So
we're going to be breaking down like 18, 19, 20, really pretty much till 26. She's 26, I'm 25, I'm about to be 26 in April, so we're going to just break it pretty much all down and go into details. 18 to 20 can kind of be merged into one thing, but it's going to be like one whole segment. But I think after like 3 segments, we'll make it to 26. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, so come with your questions. And be ready. We'll definitely do videos like this, and then we'll also go live. Do you have any? Huh? What?
Girl said, "Nice to see the troublemakers together again."
Oh yeah, he said Lakers. I was confused when he said Lakers. I was like, I'm just gonna.
But all right, that so.
Oh, and also, since Caleb has a lot to say, and since Jarrell has a lot to say. And if any of y'all got a lot to say, we're going to open up a Discord on the next time so that y'all can come on here, and instead of typing in the chat, y'all can actually speak to us directly. We'll hear your voice. Or we can open up the Zoom link too and bring you on live on air if you want to be seen that way too. Or just heard that way if Discord isn't your thing. So, yeah. So the next one's going to be real interesting, real spicy.
No, but me and Daisha are going to get together and come with a good schedule. It's most likely going to be on the weekend to keep it honest. So Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you're not already following us on our Instagram or our Twitter, go ahead and hit those up because we will notify y'all there what day and time we came up
And
with.
say your social media, Cedes. Mine is up
Um,
there. Say yours.
all right, bad. So mine is Hey, I'm
I
Sadie's.
need to add yours up here too so I can.
Right, bet. Oh, I see you, Miss Log, Miss
Yeah,
Log.
this is like for my like usual stream. I want to see.
No, you're good. So, yeah, so I just want to end it off with saying that, life may be hard right now, especially, we're literally in a 2-year pandemic or whatever. Um, life may be hard right now, but, just try to find those positives and try to hold on to them and try to plant a positive garden with those seeds, you know what I'm saying? And, we all got this. You're not alone. And that's something I wish I knew when I was younger is that I'm not alone. Because that's what used to really consume me when I used to go through stuff. I'll kind of just start jamming on myself and just start picking at my insecurities or whatever. But the truth is, you're not alone. There's always someone right next to you that feels the same you're going through, so you're not alone. If you want to reach out to me, you want to reach out to a friend, family, all of that, trust me, there's definitely someone that could connect in what you're going through. And it gets better. It definitely gets better. If you're big on the Bible, one thing I really like, it's kind of like art and blood with the whole rainbow. So after every storm, there's a rainbow. So life may be hard right now, but that could just because your rainbow's on the other end of that storm. So just keep your head up, and life's gonna get better.
And I put her ad up there. It's at Hey I'm
Hey,
Sadie's. So you should be able to see it now. And that's majority of it is Hey I'm Sadie's, right?
hey, I'm Sadie. Yeah. Well, I do have another one. I'm transitioning to Funny Girl Sadie's. So if you want to go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and put that one on Instagram, go ahead. And yeah, it was nice chatting with y'all.
Yeah, for real, y'all. Thanks for coming out and showing your support. I just put it up there, Funny Girl Sadie's. Next time I'll have your whole thing. I got you, girl. And yeah, this is definitely something that we want to talk based with. If you have more topics too that you want us to talk about, definitely reach out to us. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, anything like that, and we will come on here and do this like little thing. But we definitely want to get y'all involved, so we will open up the Zoom to y'all, or the Discord, whichever one you prefer, later on, and have like an actual open voice discussion. And this is gotta be interesting. Me and Kayla gonna be fighting. Me and Jarrell gonna be fighting. So it's gonna be real fun. But thank y'all for coming out and showing your support. Is there a schedule for the next live? I definitely
Out.
Saturday or Sunday. I would say to keep looking at our socials, and we'll probably post the day before we've decided to go live. Life is just kind of crazy, so I don't want to say every Saturday and then it's not a Saturday, but it would definitely be a Saturday or Sunday for sure. And we're trying to do it like a weekly thing. I'll chat with Mercedes. I won't vibe with you, day shit. Hey man, it is what it is. Listen. We may be able to bounce. If you keep an open mind, I'll keep an open mind, and we might be able to bounce off of each other and learn from each other. Who knows? BP, meet me there. Hey, Jerome, right? We going back. Like, I love you both. Love you, Trey. Thank y'all for coming out. And I definitely hope that y'all have a great night. Stay safe out there, especially in Atlanta. Atlanta crazy. Other than that, thanks for coming out, and we'll see y'all in the next one.
Y'all next one was nice chat.